The quiet discipline, staying on the straight path. When everyone else wanders, what if the greatest danger to your success wasn't failure, but distraction? Not total collapse, but a slow drift from what matters. Not because you didn't know the way, but because you were lured off the path by noise, excess, and the illusion of urgency. Chapter 53 of the Tao Te Ching. Causing one flashes of knowledge to travel the great way, only its application demands care. The great way is quite even, yet people prefer byways. When courts are extremely fastidious, the fields are seriously neglected and the granaries are very empty. They wear colorful clothing and carry sharp swords, eat and drink to their fill and possess more than enough. This is called the vanity of thieves. It is not the way. Welcome to Chapter 53 of the Tao Te Ching, one of its most underappreciated but razor-sharp lessons on discipline, mindset, and why most people miss the mark, even when the road is clear. The great way is quite even, yet people prefer byways. This lesson is about the subtle seduction of shortcuts, the flash of the unnecessary, the easy way that becomes, over time, the hard way. The temptation of the byways. Let's begin with the image. The great way is even. It's simple, it's clear, it's not hidden, but most people don't want it. Why? Because it requires internal discipline and consistency, and those things don't offer the same dopamine hit as the glitter of sharp swords, fine clothing, lavish banquets, or endless scrolls of stimulation. Laozi warns us, when courts are focused on appearances, fields go untended. When leaders flaunt wealth, granaries go empty. When there is too much indulgence, the people starve, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. The same pattern shows up in our lives. When we chase speed, convenience, and validation, our deeper life, health, relationships, purpose gets hollowed out. When we trade presence for productivity or reflection for reward, we slowly die inside while pretending we're winning. So what's the solution? We need to learn to walk the straight path with eyes wide open. We need to build the daily mental discipline to ignore the noise and stay with what works, even if it's quiet, repetitive, or doesn't offer applause. The irony of distraction. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this. There's a tale about a young Zen monk tasked with sweeping the monastery steps every morning. Day after day, he'd wake up early, sweep the same steps, and repeat. One morning, a new monk arrived, ambitious and clever. "Why don't you automate this?" he asked. "We could rig a pulley system or use wind power. You're wasting your energy." The elder monk replied simply, "The point is not clean steps. The point is the one who sweeps them." In a world obsessed with hacking life, we often try to bypass the very process that makes us who we are. Discipline is not just about doing the thing, it's about who you become by doing the thing. So Chapter 53 is not a condemnation, it's a call back to clarity, a reminder that the daily discipline of simplicity is not glamorous, but it is transformational. The Tao in modern life, discipline as return. Let's modernize this. How does this show up today? You know what food makes you feel clean and energized, but instead you grab the sugar rush because it's quick and comforting. You know your morning meditation grounds you, but the phone is more convenient, and so you scroll, distracted by other people's priorities. You know strength comes from training, but the sofa and a show are calling, and your goals get postponed again. Each time you're not doing something evil, you're simply walking off the great way and down a side path. And these are the byways, they seem small, but taken consistently, they lead you far from where you meant to go. That's what makes this so subtle and dangerous. Building a discipline-first mindset. So how do we stay on the way? How do we train the mindset that prefers the path even when byways beckon? Here are 5 mindsets you can integrate. 1. Fall in love with repetition. Repetition is sacred. It's not failure, it's rhythm. The more you respect routine, the less you chase novelty. 2. Measure peace, not praise. Ask yourself daily, did this action bring me closer to peace or farther? That's the real measure. 3. Choose structure over stimulation. The way is often predictable. That's not a flaw, it's a feature. Learn to find freedom inside form. 4. Use identity, not willpower. Don't say, I should meditate. Say, I am someone who meditates. Identity is more powerful than discipline. 5. Forgive fast, return faster. You'll drift. It's human. Just don't wander long. Forgive yourself and get back on the way today. Try this, the 10-step reset practice. Here's a simple action item you can do every day, the daily reset walk. Before your work begins, go for a 10-minute walk. As you walk, don't bring your phone. For the first 3 minutes, just feel your breath and body. For the next 3 minutes, reflect on your great way today, what really matters. For the next 3 minutes, notice the byways, what's likely to pull you off course. For the final minute, set an intention. One word, say it aloud. This 10-minute habit rewires your focus. It pulls you back to the path. Over time, it builds internal steadiness that doesn't need hype or external motivation. The vanity of thieves Laozi calls those who walk the flashy path thieves. Not because they're evil, but because they rob themselves of what matters. They have abundance, but no peace. They have speed, but no direction. They have applause, but no connection. The real treasure? A quiet, consistent life that builds depth, not distraction. Depth. Here is a final thought, the discipline to be simple. You don't need to do more. You need to do less, consistently. You don't need louder goals. You need clearer values. You don't need a better strategy. You need a deeper why. That's the power of chapter 53. It's not glamorous. It's not flashy. It doesn't ask for headlines, but it is the path that builds health, power, presence, and impact because it's aligned with who you truly are. So today, come back to your great way. Walk it, trust it, prefer it, and leave the byways for those still looking for something they already have. Want to take this deeper? Leave a comment below and share one byway you're leaving behind this week and one thing you'll return to with new consistency. And if you found this lesson helpful, hit like, share it with someone walking the way, and let's keep growing this journey together. The great way is clear. All you have to do is choose it.